Good morning, ladies. Welcome to Pilates Fusion. Happy Friday. And also thinking project positivity, getting a little stronger than yesterday, creating some good energy. We're going to be working on our core a bit this morning, which of course helps with our entire posture. The Pilates secret I'd like to share with you all. Low impact classical Pilates makes you stronger for life because it works on our core, our back, keeping us stronger, letting us maybe move that heavy couch, lift that chubby toddler, whack the ball with the tennis net, carry all those grocery bags. So it really helps us do all the things we love to have the best quality of life wherever we're at on our journey. So I just want to start with a little meditation, a little treat today. We're going to be starting and ending with meditation, and then I will teach our first relaxation pose, which is something you can go to at any time in the class. If something makes your body angry or is not for you, I'm crazy positive and just want everyone to have a good experience this morning. So let's just close our eyes, sitting up in crisscross applesauce. You might want to hold on to your big toes with your hands, up to you. Let's take a deep breath in and exhale. Connecting with our breath, connecting to the present. Our breath is something we can keep in our back pocket in times of joy, in times of stress. Let's take another deep breath in and exhaling. Getting that good serotonin level going. Another deep breath in and exhaling. Just going to lead you through a positive intention this morning, creating some calm and good energy. My goal is always happy backs. Thinking about our mind, how meditation can nourish the mind in the same way that food nourishes the body. And brilliant things often happen in calm minds. We can't always change what's happening around us, but we can change what happens within us. We're going to practice some meditation this morning, being fully aware, fully awake, and fully alive. Let's be patient with our mind and be kind to ourselves along the way. Let's take another deep breath in and let it all go. Another deep breath in. And exhale. Slowly opening our eyes, getting ready for some classical Pilates fusion this morning. We are going to start off with a gentle back stretch called baby back rolls. So let's just come down all the way to our back, and we're going to bring our knees to our chest and just roll out our spine, feeling ever so grateful this morning. Happy Friday again, ladies. And yes, project positivity, getting a little stronger than yesterday. So this back stretch is a great one to do perhaps in the mornings when your coffee's brewing or when your back feels a little tight. Maybe if you've been in a lot of doctor's appointments or a long car ride or a flight. Really great way to wake up your back, keep it a little stronger. Let's take a deep breath in and exhale. So if any exercise in the class this morning is not for you or makes your body a little angry, this is a great one to go into to keep in your back pocket. We're going to move on now to happy babies. Holding your big toes, rolling out that back a little bit more. Take another deep breath in and exhale. Alrighty, you can grab that towel. Big surprise. I love this one because you can do it at home. You can do it in a hotel room. A lot better than buying equipment. We're going to come down onto our backs and put both our feet in the center of the towel and holding onto the ends of the towel with both hands. And of course, we're all at different levels, so is our stretching. We're going to start off bringing our feet towards our head and maybe even over our head, just stretching out that beautiful spine. And we're going to pause for just a second. And let's come all the way forward. Meet me in the middle. And we're going to start off taking the right foot out, and the left leg is coming to the left side, and I'm going to take my right hand out of the towel and just hold onto it with your left leg, doing a beautiful stretch with that right arm and right leg to the opposite side. Nice, gentle hip opener. If you know of a runner, they would love this. I mean, pretty much great stretch for everyone. And if you ever get to do this on a reformer with pulleys, of course, it's a bit easier, but great to work at our own resistance against our own body weight, and this is called Peter Pan. So let's bring that right foot back, center in the towel, and we're going to stretch again towards our head. And then coming center. Now let's take the left foot out and left hand, stretching to the right side. Let's pause and take a nice deep cleansing breath in and exhaling. Taking care of our mind and our body this morning. Bringing that foot gently towards the center again. We're going to do the stretches one more time. Let's take that towel towards our head or over our head. And if you're super limber and you want a little bit more right now, you could perhaps put the towel aside and just grab your feet. This would be an advanced move. Alrighty, so let's bring it all center again. And I'm going to get back in that towel. And last time, let's take that right foot out, right hand, stretching it to the left side. Belly is in nice and tight. Shoulder blades. Let's roll those shoulder blades back so we have that back connection to the mat. And then bringing that right leg back in one more time, center. And then bringing it all the way forward. And then let's take that left foot and left hand out, stretching to the right side. All right, ladies, great job. Let's put that towel aside. Bring those knees to our chest, rolling out our back a little bit. And then we're going to come into happy baby, working on our flexibility, grabbing those big toes, rolling out our spine a little bit more, getting ready for the weekend. Let's take a deep breath in and let it all go. All right, ladies, let's place the feet flat on the mat, and we're gonna work on some bridging. So let's roll those shoulder blades back, opening the chest. Just what Pilates used to say, let's crack the walnut. Creating a back connection. Our scapula, our shoulder blades are connected to the mat. Let's bring the arms long and forward, connecting to the mat so that you like your glute in. Feet are flat on the mat. And let's bring up the hips, lower back, middle back, upper back. And we're just gonna pause for a few moments, keeping those glutes nice and tight. Complete body workout. As you can see, we're working on our spine, our back, flexibility, core strengthening. Great exercises for life. And this is also considered a bit of pelvic training. We're going to take now our hips to the right, to the left, to the right, to the left, coming center, holding those glutes nice and tight again. Take that deep breath in and exhale. Slowly peeling that back all the way back down to the mat. Feeling a little bit stronger this morning. Rolling those shoulder blades back again, creating that back connection. Lifting up lower back, middle back, upper back. Pausing, glutes are engaged. And now we're going to do a little add-on. Let's shoot that right leg pointed towards the ceiling. Foot is pointed. And now we're flexing the foot, pointing, flexing, pointing, flexing, pointing. And now we're going to do a little daydream. We're going to pretend we have a 50-pound weight on that leg and slowly bringing it down, creating your own resistance. We're coming down, painting a little stripe on the wall to match the opposite knee, and then coming all the way back up. Keeping those hips elevated, belly is in. All right, ladies, we're going to do 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And now let's remember we have that 50-pound weight on that leg, and slowly and elegantly bring it down to the mat with control. Placing that foot flat on the mat, let's bring the back all the way back down, being kind to ourselves, rolling those shoulder blades back again. And now let's bring up the lower back, middle back, upper back, shooting the left foot to the ceiling. Foot is pointed. Flex it, point it, flex it, point it, flex it, point it. And now we're going to do our stripes on our left leg, coming down slowly with control to match the opposite knee, and then bringing it all the way back up. All right, girls, give me 10 more. We're going to do it together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we're going to bring that leg all the way back down very slowly. You still have that 50-pound weight on it. And let's bring those knees to our chest. Great job, girls. Rolling out that back. Working on our flexibility. Let's grab those big toes again, coming into happy baby. And we're just going to break into a little bit of gentle yoga, giving you all a break from core, but we'll certainly go back to that. So let's come down. We're going to come into angry, happy cat. Hands are flat on the mat, fingers are spread. Let's gently let that head hang between our hands. And let's take a deep breath in. And slowly bringing our back up into angry cat. And then bringing the belly towards the mat and exhaling. Taking another deep breath in, coming back up again. And then exhaling, bringing the belly back down. Bringing it back up again. And exhaling. Last time, all the way up. Bring the head down to the mat, to child's pose, walking those fingers out, stretching out that back. Taking a deep breath in. Let's come all the way back up again. Hands are still flat on the mat, fingers are spread, head is hanging gently between the hands. And we're going to come into an exercise called fire hydrant. Let's bring that left knee up to our sides and then back down. All right, now we're going to bring that left knee back towards our seat. Ten more. Moving on to that right leg, we're going to do those fire hydrants again. And then we're going to move back, working on bringing that leg to our seat. And let's do 10 more. I have a little Shih Tzu puppy that wants to join us. I'll be right back. Alrighty, let's move into say hello, Augie. The little puppy wanted to join. Okay, ladies, let's move on to downward dog. So hands are flat on the mat, fingers are spread. We're going to come up on our toes, letting the head hang gently between the hands. And we're just gonna, they say, walk your dog out. Bring each leg up and down. Nice gentle stretch. And then if you like, you can hold and plank. Planking is great to practice when you can, maybe starting at 30 seconds, and you can do some add-ons. And also plank, I talk a lot about exercise snacks. So if you're having a busy day, or you're just trying to maintain where you're at, or get a little stronger, when you have your little yogurt snack, maybe do a 30-second plank. Let's bring the chest forward, coming into King Cobra. Amazing. I can see some of you ladies looking mighty strong. And let's come all the way back up into downward dog again. Walking that dog out. Let's bring the knees down to the mat. Forehead is coming down to the mat. Walking those fingers out into child's pose. Taking a deep breath in and exhaling. Take another deep breath in and letting it all go. Alrighty, we're going to come into another hip opener called pigeon. Let's bring the right leg forward or right knee forward. Opposite leg is long. And then this is a great stretch. If you feel content here, you can just hold it and relax. If you'd like a little bit more now, you can stack your hands, bringing your hands down to the mat, forehead coming down on the mat, just breathing into the stretch. Slowly coming up, and now let's work on that opposite leg, bringing that left knee forward. Right leg is long. Enjoying this hip opener. Always see another puppy coming in. So precious. All right, ladies, if you want a little bit more right now, you can always stack your hands, bringing them down to the mat. Foreheads on top of our hands, and let's just breathe. Alrighty, gently coming out of that, and we're going to move on to one of my favorites now, called mermaid. So we are sitting up on our side, and left hand is coming to left ankle, right arm is coming up to right ear, and I'm just going to do a gentle stretch. This is stretching out the obliques, and then taking a deep breath in and exhaling to a rainbow. And you should feel a really nice gentle pull from your side, your obliques. And let's just pause and breathe into this stretch. And then let's bring that arm all the way up again towards the ceiling. And maybe we can just go a little bit deeper, very gentle, stretching that arm to the ceiling, taking that deep breath in, and coming into our rainbow. All right, ladies, we're gonna do this our last time. So let's try to make it our best, doing that nice gentle pull from our side, taking that cleansing deep breath in and exhaling. And coming all the way back up again. And let's switch over to our right side. So right hand is to right ankle, left arm to left ear. And let's just take a deep breath in. And then exhale. Coming into the rainbow, doing that gentle pull from our side. Feeling that calm energy that we're creating on our mats today. Remembering that we can certainly bring that calm into our lives anytime with our breath. Coming all the way back up, maybe grabbing a little deeper, taking that deep breath in and exhaling. Back up again. Last time, make it your best. Alrighty, might be a good time for a sip of water, staying hydrated, and we're gonna move on, coming back to some core work. I'm sitting now with my legs long, feet are flexed, and we're just gonna work on, I think, 5 roll-ups today. So my arms are long, and if you're very new to Pilates or working on your core, you can always stick your feet under a couch too. But I'm slowly hinging back, 1 vertebrae at a time, all the way down to my mat, bringing my arms over my head, taking a deep breath in, and then exhaling as I'm bringing myself up. Stretching forward over the flexed feet, feeling that beautiful 2-way Pilates stretch. Stretching that tailbone out the opposite way. And then as I'm sitting up nice and tall, let's roll the shoulder blades back, trying to lengthen my spine, sinking your hips into the mat, growing taller, and now I'm going to hinge back again, 1 vertebrae at a time. Just doing that nice overhead stretch with my arms, taking that deep breath in, and then coming all the way up, 1 vertebrae at a time, and exhaling. Sitting up nice and tall again, rolling the shoulder blades back, lengthening the spine. Let's do that one more time. Rolling the shoulder blades back, elongating the spine, shooting the hips into the mat, and then we're coming down 1 vertebrae at a time. All right, this is going to be our last one, and we'll move on to something else. Overhead stretch. Deep breath in, coming up all the way up, doing that front forward stretch over the feet, and then let's take it all the way back down, ladies, and we're going to be staying on our back for a little bit. Let's give our body a quick break, bringing the knees to the chest, rolling out our back. A happy baby, grabbing those big toes. Alrighty, I promised more core, so I want to deliver. If your neck feels fine, you can bring your shoulder blades off the mat. If not, leave your neck on the mat. This exercise is called scissors. I'm bringing my right leg towards the ceiling, foot is pointed, left leg is long, foot is also pointed. And just like a scissors, I am grabbing my right calf and gently stretching my knee towards my nose at my own level, and then switching it. Great job, ladies. Getting stronger than yesterday. Let's do 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bringing the knees to the chest again. Let's roll out our back. Alrighty, little surprise. We're going to do some gentle inversions. If they're not for you, you can stay in baby back roll, but they're super gentle. I think everyone can do it. Trying something new. So let's just roll up on our hips, holding our hips, and we're also going to come into scissors now with our feet in the air. Great for blood flow, flexibility. And now, why not join me for a little bike ride? Let's bring those legs like we are riding a bike. Nice and slow and steady. New beginnings. Uh-oh, I think I dropped my hat. Let's reverse that bike ride with her legs. And then we can reverse it again because we're always moving forward. And perhaps you can join me for a little balance. Let's bring the feet pointed, center, holding it, pausing, and then slowly coming all the way back up. So we're going to move on to an exercise Joseph Pilates invented, and the thought was it's supposed to be fun. Rolling like a ball, working on our spine, keeping it nimble and young. Let's sit up with our feet flat on the mat, bringing the hands into prayer position, and then we're opening the book and we're grabbing our ankles. And I'm going to demonstrate if you want to watch me for a second. I'm just going to roll back on my shoulder blades and then come all the way back up to a sitting position and trying to land, keeping my feet maybe an inch or two above the mat. It's a little bit of balance work. So rolling all the way back and then sitting up. So we can all try that together, rolling like a ball. Anyone under 10 years old will be highly impressed and they'll probably want to do this with you because it's like a childlike, playful exercise. So we're going to do 5 is our goal this morning. All right, ladies, I'm going to throw in a little challenge exercise this morning. And remember, you can always go to Happy Baby, but it would be nice to just give it the old college girl try. This one is called Teaser. It's what classical Pilates is kind of known for, its overall balance pose. So I'm just going to shoot my legs forward and with my arms, and just try to hold it. Then you can always add a little arm circles if this is easy for you, or a little footwork up and down. And let's drop those legs all the way back down to the mat. Let's just do a spine stretch forward. Sitting up nice and tall. And let's just do one more for good luck today. Working on balance, shooting the arms and legs long and holding it. And then dropping the feet down to the mat. And let's come all the way back down on our back again. And we're going to work on a little bit more core. This is called one leg pull. So again, if your neck feels fine today, bring those shoulder blades off the mat. We're going to bring our right knee towards our chest. And left leg is long and strong, elevated a few inches above the mat. Pull, pull, switch it. Pull, pull. Pull, pull, switch it, pull, pull. Great job, ladies. Happy Friday again. Project positivity, getting a little stronger than yesterday. Let's bring those knees to the chest. Let's bring the head back down the mat. We're gonna roll out our spine a little bit. So now we're gonna move on. It's a little more challenging to double leg pull. And this is great for your back. We're gonna do it together. Shoulder blades off the mat. Let's extend our knees long, arms come to the ceiling, and then we're just gonna do a circle around our neck and then bring everything together. Great. Alrighty, we're gonna do another one. Legs long, arms to the ceiling, circle around the back and bring it together. Great job. Let's do two more. Legs long, arms to the ceiling. Wrap your arms around your neck and bring it together. Alrighty. Arms to the ceiling, legs long, circle on your neck, bring it together, and then let's take it all the way back down to the mat. Knees can stay to the chest. Giving yourself a nice big hug, ladies. You're doing amazing. Great way to start off a Friday morning. Let's take that deep breath in and exhale. Coming into happy baby, grabbing those big toes. Alrighty, we're going to move on to some leg work. So we are going to come onto our mat on the edge and feet are forward, belly is in. This is called banana pose. And we're with our top leg, we're just going to do some forward and back movements. Body is glued to the mat. Working on some ballerina legs, getting those legs a little stronger, maintaining. Nice and gentle. Very restorative. All right, let's bring the feet together, and with this working leg, foot is pointed. We're going to bring it all the way up and then move to flex and bring it all the way back down. And we're going nice and slow, creating some intentional resistance, living in the moment. Now let's pause that foot at the ceiling and we're going to move on to some circles. So we can do a big, beautiful circle, brushing that opposite foot, coming all the way up and pausing center. Or perhaps another choice is to do maybe a small circle, like the size of a basketball, keeping the belly in nice and tight. Again, your movements are controlled, creating some resistance. So you have a choice. The big circle, brushing that opposite foot, And now let's reverse that circle. Again, maintaining that control, creating that resistance. And then we're going to bring this working leg forward, and let's point the foot towards the opposite foot, pressing that knee up maybe an inch. And we're going to work on our inner thigh now. Just doing some leg lifts up and down. And then moving into some tennis ball circles. Now we're going to flip over onto that opposite side. Again, in that banana pose. So we are long on our mat and our feet are coming forward, belly is in, and we're just going to do some leg lifts forward and back, nice and slow, creating resistance. And then let's bring those feet together, and the working leg, the foot is going to remain pointed, bringing it all the way up to the ceiling, and then flex coming back down. Getting so strong today, feeling that calm, great energy. And now let's bring that working leg into a circle. And remember, we can do a small basketball circle, creating that gentle resistance, or we can do a bigger one, pausing up at the top, circling around. And now when we're coming center, let's reverse that circle. Now let's bring that working leg forward, and we're going to point the foot towards the opposite foot, pressing the knee up maybe an inch, working on our inner thigh leg lifts. And then bringing that foot into a little circle. Again, some balance and resistance training. Circle is about the size of a tennis ball. And then we're going to reverse it. All right, ladies, we are going to come to a standing position, coming up nice and tall. And we're going to work on a balance pose I call sanctuary. Let's bring our arms up like goalpost soccer arms, hinging down like into a plie, pretending we're doing a little ballet. Nice, gentle stretch. So arms are up like goalposts, and we're just hinging down with our legs a little open like a ballerina. And let's just close our eyes and take a nice cleansing breath. Maybe you can hinge just a little bit lower. And then let's slowly come up nice and tall, bringing our hands to our hips, and let's gently roll out our neck. And then reversing it. Head is center. Let's bring the arms out to a T. This is a great one for all of us, working on our posture and opening up that chest. Bringing arms out to a T and just doing some gentle little circles. And you can feel your scapula engaging. and then you can reverse it. So I was talking earlier in the class about exercise snacks, something I'm really endorsing for all of us wherever we are in our journey, because we were made to be very mobile. So perhaps when you're getting your yogurt or your cheese or your apple, you want to plug in a little gentle stretching. So this one is called Spine Stretch Forward. We're standing up nice and tall. Let's bring those arms to the ceiling and grab a big ball of energy, bringing it to heart center and taking a deep breath in and exhaling. Let's roll the shoulder blades back, again, opening our chest, and we're gonna take another stretch towards the ceiling, bringing even more energy to our heart, taking a deep breath in and exhaling. And now we're gonna stretch towards the ceiling again, coming forward into a forward stretch. And we're just going to dangle our hands, and we're just coming down a little bit towards our tailbone, and then we're pausing, stretching out that back, and we're just gonna do some small arm circles. So this is a great exercise snack you can do every hour if you wanted to, but honestly, it's so good for your back, breathing, increasing your serotonin, taking a break from the world. Let's reverse those arm circles. Now we're going to bring the hands into a gentle clock pendulum, like an old-fashioned grandfather clock. And now let's bring it all the way back up, one vertebrae at a time, rolling the shoulder blades back. And we're going to be ending the class this morning with some meditation. So you can sit down on your mat into crisscross applesauce with your feet, or you can take it all the way laying down on your mat. And let's close our eyes and focus on our breath and the calm and the good energy and happy backs today. Less anxiety, less depression, better sleep, better mobility, all the positive things that giving back to yourself through some gentle movements. Let's take a deep breath in and exhale. Another deep breath in and letting it all go. I'm going to guide you through some intentional meditation, just continuing, connecting with your breath, with positive thoughts. Meditation can be a means of transforming your mind with practicing techniques that encourage and develop concentration, clarity, and emotional positivity, along with calm. Practicing meditation can also help cultivate new habits, including more positive ways of being, while quieting the mind. Often our soul will speak. Having goals to become more aware of our thoughts and emotions without getting stuck. Meditation can be a vital way to purify and quiet the mind, thus rejuvenating the body. Let's take another deep breath in and exhaling. Ladies, I hope you enjoyed positive thoughts today and doing some Pilates fusion with me and feeling a little stronger. Thank you so much for your time, and wishes for a great day and a relaxing weekend. Thank you so much for joining. Bye-bye.